Do you have the winning mindset? Do you know what it takes to go to the next level? Are you ready for the adventure of a lifetime? Join us every week for the Winning Mindset Podcast.
We're going to start out. Welcome everybody to the Winning Mindset. We are in a great moment in time where we're going to be interviewing Mr. Reggie Rusk. He wants us to call him Reggie. He's going to be talking about his story with Miss Christian Davis in the Winning Mindset book that just recently published and launched. And so I'm going to turn it over to Miss Christian so she can go ahead on and interview the great author, Mr. Reggie Rusk.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, Reggie. We appreciate you taking the time out to talk with us.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you guys for taking out the time to host this and get my take on what I feel like the winning mindset requires. So thank you.
Of course. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first question. And we just wonder if you could tell us a little bit about your background, where'd you come from, and some of your accomplishments to date.
Okay, well, I was born in Lamarck, Texas. Well, I was born in Galveston, Texas, but I was raised in Lamarck, Texas, and grew up there with my mother. And going into high school, I moved to Texas City. Small town, so they're pretty much connected to each other. But I finished up my career in Texas City, my high school career there, where I played 3 sports. Sports was that way out for me, and it led to me earning an opportunity to play college football in San Francisco, California for 2 years. And after that 2 years there, I was fortunate enough to earn a full scholarship to the University of Kentucky. 2 seasons there, I was then drafted into the NFL by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I played 6 years in the NFL before suffering a knee injury. And since then, I've just been an entrepreneur, mentor, coach. 2018 or 2020, I became a first-time author. It was something that I wanted to accomplish. So I reached out to Sugar Ray and wrote my first book, the Recruiting Playbook. And that book came from me working with a lot of young athletes my entire career after my NFL career was over. And up to this point, just been an entrepreneur, just trying to help the next generation of young student athletes and students, find their place in the world and find their purpose in the world.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. What a great story. It's not even a finished story. You're just getting started, sounds like. So you spoke a little bit about your having a knee injury. And so that brings to mind the next question. What's an obstacle that helped you kind of become who you are now?
Man, I grew up with plenty of obstacles. I think for any young Black male, when you grow up or when you're born into obstacles. And my story is no different. Grew up in a single parent household. My father was there, but wasn't there, didn't really contribute. So I think that's an obstacle. And when, in high school, being a really good athlete, didn't have any offers going into my senior year, that was an obstacle. And then you find someone who believes in you and gives you an opportunity or puts their name on the line for you and creates an opportunity for you. I felt like that I just had to make sure that I, paid it forward and did what I needed to do personally to make that happen. So there's many obstacles, too many to count, but that's what makes us, that's what fortifies us and makes us who the people that we are. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you're going to get back up. So I've had my share of obstacles in life. And I just keep fighting. So, that's what I try to preach anytime that I'm speaking with some other people make sure that you just keep fighting.
That is great advice. And that's kind of the key, I think. Like you said, it's not how many times you get knocked down, but how many times you get back up and to keep fighting. The irony is not lost on me that this podcast is The Winning Mindset. The book you wrote is The Winning Mindset, and you are a star athlete. With that being said, to you, what is the winning mindset? How would you define that?
I think the winning mindset is a self-conscious thought in your mind, subconscious thought in your mind, that you believe in all of the things that are possible. And if you believe that, you will achieve that. I learned a long time ago, just believing in the things that I wanted to achieve, believing in my thoughts and not letting other people derail those thoughts. I think that's what the winning mindset is. The winning mindset can be accomplished by anyone. And it doesn't mean how much money you have in a bank or any of those things. It really boils down to how you think every day. You wake up and you have this positive attitude, and you know that if you keep, hacking away at whatever goals that you have in life, it's going to happen. And man, I can't even begin to tell you how many times things just didn't seem like it was going to happen for me, but I definitely believe in myself, and I believe in the people that I surround myself with. And with having that type of mindset, that's the winning mindset, because if you keep, like I said, hacking away at it, you're going to achieve those goals and those dreams. So definitely, it's a subconscious mind. You're always thinking, but you have to keep your mind thinking of the positive.
For sure, for sure. Speaking of, you say there were times where you thought that maybe it wasn't going to happen for you. So could you kind of give us some details on one of those situations, or when you had to use that winning mindset?
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember, my younger years, I suffered little injuries here and there. And, the coaches come to you and they're like, you're not going to be able to play. And I'm like, no, I'm playing, so having that thought process of saying, when a coach comes to you and he's telling you you're not going to be able to play because you're injured, and the doctor says there's no way you're going to be able to play, and you suit up and you line up and you have more plays than anybody else on the team. Those are some of the things that really fortifies your mindset. It's like, they told me that I wouldn't be able to accomplish this today, and I just went out there and I played above everybody else on the football field. Or me not having any business experience, and I've been in business for over 20 years. Me being an author, and I wasn't necessarily a great writer in school. So all of those things require a winning mindset. It requires you to believe outside of your own box. And I've always been able to see myself, at this high standard I put forward for myself. And it allows you to do things that you otherwise wouldn't believe that you would be able to accomplish. So I can definitely say that about myself. I've helped a lot of other people with their mindsets. I have a lot of young student athletes that have been through my program. They've all accomplished huge things. Some of them have started their own businesses. They, of course, went to college, just doing big things. And I contribute a lot of that to being around me and the way that I think.
And I love that, like you said, you're paying it forward and you're affecting these young people who are going out into the world with that same mindset. So that is really, really awesome. Ms. Nisi, I'm going to turn it over to you in case you have a few questions.
Yes, I do have a couple of things. I would like for Reggie, if he don't mind, if he could just give us a little bit about his story in the winning mindset. I know that it was titled Against All Odds. And one of the things that I remember in the book, confidence was used quite a bit. And as I'm listening to you speak right now, having belief in yourself and establishing a winning mindset in your subconscious mind. If you could speak a little bit about your story in the book, that would be great. And what led you to write the story Against All Odds in the Winning Mindset.
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier, I think I beat the odds. Being a young Black male growing up in a environment where you don't see much success, you don't have a role model, you don't have the father in your house that's there to teach you how to be a man and become a better person. I broke all of those rules, and it became because I chose to do that. I think when people wake up and they choose to be greater than what their circumstances are, you can achieve those things. So my part in the book, it just comes from my life, you know, growing up, like I said, not having that role model, not having someone working out with me, teaching me football. And, you know, I go on and play in the NFL, and I took the long road there, not having any offers in high school as a senior, and choosing to take one opportunity at a junior college, not even a Division I, Division II. I chose to go to another state and play football at a junior college. How many people are willing to do that? And not only do that, but go there and get my grades, take care of my responsibilities, grow up, become a man, and not get in any trouble. And then, you know, piggyback off of that one opportunity, go on to a bigger school, go through adversity. When I first arrived on campus, the coach said, "Oh, we're not playing you, we're playing somebody else." And I have never not started. So that's you know, that was a blow to me. I never had a big ego, but I knew that I was one of the better players on the team and I should be playing. So when I get there, I have to make this decision again, like these grown up decisions that no one had prepared me for. So I'm, you know, playing at the highest level, but here I am, I'm going through this adversity on my own and don't have anyone to talk to kind of uplift me. And I made that decision again to say, okay, I'm going to take this into my hands and I'm going to make these people see that I'm worthy of being on this field. And when I get out there, nobody's going to be able to remove me from the field. I did that. And by doing that, taking my ownership into my own hands, I was then seen by the NFL. And, you know, when you go to the NFL, when you make it that far, you're every day you're in competition.
Mm-hmm.
I had never played the position that they drafted me to play. So then again, there's adversity because I'm going into a situation against people who have been in the NFL 3, 4, 5, 6 years, but they've played that position maybe their entire careers. I had never played it. So the only thing I go in with is the desire and the confidence to know what I bring to the table, which is I'm going to be there. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to work my butt off. Nobody's going to outwork me. And when I get on the football field, you won't be able to remove me. So the next year I'm starting in the NFL, never played that position before. So all of those things come from someone who chose to be the person that he is now. I'm married to my high school sweetheart. I chose to be a better father than my dad was. You know, I have one daughter. I chose to be a good father to my daughter.
Wow.
So all of these are decisions that any one of us can make. And that is the winning mindset, is to say, against all odds, I'm going to be the person that I choose to be. And I'm not letting anyone derail me from that. So that's me in a nutshell. I'm that guy. I don't care what no one says, what the next person have. You can't remove me from my thoughts about who I am as a person.
Wow. That's amazing. So that was very powerful. So I see how you came up with the title Against All Odds. And I also heard you say that you didn't even have business experience, but you've been in business for over 20 years. But with that kind of mindset and the way you're talking, just like you said, you wanted to be better, you established it in your mind, being with your childhood sweetheart and your first child. So that is how to get to a great and powerful winning mindset. Would you like to tell us about any upcoming events that you have coming up that you'd like to share on the podcast today?
Yeah, so right now, I've made some transitions within my business over the course of a few years. I started off like, I'm an athlete. So of course, the natural transition is to, you're training, you're coaching, and you're doing all those things. But I always wanted to do what others are not doing. So I've always been able to evolve. So now I started my foundation in 2018. And that is called Stay Recruited. It's to help young student athletes advance on, go to college, become entrepreneurs, and do great things in life. So we've been doing that really well. We've helped a lot of kids in that aspect. So now we're working on, we're doing a workforce development. I want to help the kids that may not go to college. College may not be for them, which college is not for everyone. And so now we've partnered with some great companies. We've partnered with the workforce, and now we're helping those kids or young adults between the ages of 18 to 24 transition from, college or high school into actually careers. So that's the thing that I'm working on right now. It's going pretty well. And, just keeping that thing going, make sure we're motivating, helping those in our communities, achieve that winning mindset. And the best way to achieve the winning mindset is to be around people with winning mindsets.
But that's powerful. You're right, Sid. You got to be able to stay around people that are winning in a positive mindset in order to get the things that you want or the things you're trying to achieve. So, Ms. Christian, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Ms. Nisi, and thank you, Reggie. You dropped some gems on us today. This has been amazing listening to your story and just listening to what you define as the winning mindset. One more thing that we do want to get from you are your social media handles. How can people follow you and follow your movement?
I'm on pretty much every social media. That's where the kids are, and that's where I am. So Instagram, it's Coach Reggie _. And on Twitter, I am Next Level Sports with an S. And it's Coach Reggie as well. And also on Facebook page, at Coach Reggie _.
Okay, everyone, you heard where you can find Mr. Reggie Rusk. Please make sure to give him a follow. He's doing great things. Reggie, we just appreciate you for talking to us, and we appreciate everything that you're doing in the community. That's huge, and more people need to know what you're doing. So I hope everyone makes sure to follow you and support. And thank you again for everything today.
Thank you guys for being on, and appreciate my guy Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray, definitely helped me with the first book. I'm gonna shameless plug the recruiting playbook. This was my first book, and I think I'm like 4 books deep, and then here goes the last book. So I want to appreciate the team, and like I said, just being around positive people. That's going to influence you to do big things. So if anybody takes anything out of this, it's surround yourself with the right people who are not selfish, more selfless people who are willing to share knowledge that they have. You know, I think that's the most important thing, especially for us. You know, at the end of the day, you know, us as a people, I hope that, you know, we can come together and make some big things happen and share in this great, you know, thing that we have called life. So thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.